Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Cougar, the Bitch, and the Wardrobe. I'm your host, Lana Mazer, also known as Curated by the Cougar. And today we are going to be discussing something that is very, very near and dear to my heart, and that is fashion and having a discussion about fashion at any age and breaking the rules and embracing style. So, I want to start off by saying that I think what's most important with fashion and style and making choices for yourself is selecting things that you feel fabulous in. So, if you feel great in it, if you feel sexy in it, then that's really all that matters because your greatest accessory is your confidence. So if you are wearing a pair of pants that, let's say, has been deemed not in style anymore, whatever that means, but you feel great in them and you think your ass looks great and it lifts and whatever, then wear the pants because that is what's most important. I do listen to what's in style just because I'm interested and I love fashion as I said, but rarely do I remove something from my closet if I hear like now that's not in style anymore. Because as we know, if you're like me and you were a teenager in the 90s, it's all back in style. So things do come back always. And I'm also laughing to myself as I'm wearing the color of the season, and it is. I love it's like an oxblood or a Bordeaux or Merlot, what everyone calls it something different. Um, this color has been in style as far as I'm concerned for the last 10 years. I mean, I have a leather jacket that I bought from Eero, I think 10 years ago, and it's oxblood. So who knows? And it doesn't really matter. I have a strong opinion when it comes to a couple of things with fashion. And I'm sorry if this is going to upset you but I have to be genuine in what I'm saying about fashion. So Crocs are not okay. They are not okay. If you want to wear them in your backyard because you garden, or like for me, I wear them when I let my dogs out in the backyard just in case I step in dog poop and they can easily be rinsed off in the slop sink in my laundry room. But other than that, they are not okay. I also really, really, really don't like Birkenstocks. And I know that there are people that love them, and I get it. They're super comfortable and whatever. Like, unless you are reliving the glory days of Woodstock, it's just not. I just can't get on board with them. So I'm sorry for those of you who are Birkenstock lovers. Again, you don't have to agree with me. I'm just giving you my opinion. And then the other thing I feel very strongly about, and I say this with so much love to my female listeners, that please do not wear your Lululemons and your gym clothing as what you're wearing for the day. It's okay if you are coming from the gym and you're like, okay, I have to stop off at CVS or Whole Foods and pick up a few things on my way home from the gym. Fine. If you are putting them on because you are going to go walk your dog on an active walk, if you are going on a hike, yes. Other than that, no. I understand that maybe people are wearing them or wearing that, whether it's Lululemon or any of the other athleisure wear brands, because it's comfortable. But it is just as comfortable to buy a sweatsuit set, like a matching set, top, bottom, one color, throw on a cute pair of sneakers, have your bag, and now you look like intentional and you actually put some thought into what you were putting on your body. Again, it's not about luxury in wearing a designer brand. It's literally just putting in that little bit of effort that makes you look well put together. And again, same thing, throwing on a pair of jeans with a t shirt. You wear a cute jacket and your bag. I don't care what brand your bag is, wear your sneakers. But now you've put in a little bit of effort, a little bit of thought into your appearance. And I truly believe that doing that is for us. It's not for anybody else. It's for us. And putting in that little bit of effort to look put together will also change your mood for the day because you will feel better about yourself. And again, doing that, walking into a room and having that small effort or that intention or attention that we put into our appearance, you walk into a room and you are speaking without saying a word. And I think that's important. At least it is for me. I really feel that fashion is an art form, it is a way of communicating without speaking. And I just like to have a lot of fun with it as well. So let's get into it. And I have some talking points so I don't forget. I actually want to start with a personal story that kicked off my fashion journey. And when I look back, I mean, I was always interested in fashion, but clearly my tastes have changed over the years. And what I could afford when I was in my 20s is far different than what I can afford in my 40s. And, and things, as humans, we evolve and our style and look and everything evolves. But I remember that when I was in my early 40s, that's really when I think my fashion journey really went full speed ahead. And it was really an inspiration and guidance from my dear friend Beverly. If you do not follow her, you should. She is a stylist, an image consultant, and now she can call herself a fashion designer because she is. She just launched her brand 34B. You can follow her brand on Instagram, and then you can also follow her at Project B NYC on Instagram. And when I first met her, I think I might have been, I don't know, 40 or 41. And I walked into a store that she was working in on the Upper East Side, and we immediately clicked. And she started pulling things for me to try on. And I'm in the dressing room and I'm horrified because she gave me crop tops. And I said to her, I can't wear a crop top. I'm a mom. And she said to me, You 100% can wear a crop top. If you want to wear a crop top, you can wear one. It has nothing to do with being a mom. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can do whatever you want. And I've never looked back. I wear crop tops now. And I've been proudly wearing them for the last 7 or 8 years. So thank you, Beverly. So I really think that it's just getting into that mindset that we can wear whatever we want and out of that mindset where we are self-limiting. So so let's get into it a little bit about the misconception of age appropriate fashion and how I feel that style knows no age limitations. There's nothing that says that you can wear something when you're 20 and you can't wear something when you're 40 and the other way around. I really think that it's what you want to do and what, like we said, what makes you feel good. As I said, yes, my tastes have changed and evolved over the years, but quite honestly, I feel much more confident in myself today at 48 than I did at 28. So I feel a lot more willing to push the envelope a little bit more than I did when I was younger. So that's been my experience and my journey with what is or you know, what's age appropriate. I think there's no such thing. So I think that it's so important to express yourself through fashion, regardless of age, and focusing on individuality and and personal preference. What makes you feel good? I see a lot of things right now on Instagram and on TikTok about like what's quiet luxury, what's loud luxury. I mean, to me, it's neither here nor there. I think it's really um, what what your preference is, what makes you feel good, and how you put yourself together. And I do want to spend a little bit of time talking about that in a moment. But I want to reinforce that I do believe that fashion is an art form, and it's really a place for creativity, for self expression. And that being said, it's very, very personal and very, very individual. And I want to invite my listeners today to see yourselves as creators of your own style rather than conforming to society's expectations. So I do know that the reality sometimes in fashion is price and what your budget is. But there like anything else, it's very easy to spend a lot of money on something, but it's not necessary. You can look like $1 million by spending very little. And again, it's really about finding what your style is, what colors look great on you. You know, I'm sure you're seeing a lot of these things about are you an autumn? Are you a spring? Are you a winter? I'm not going to get into all of that, but there is validity to that. There are colors that literally brighten up your face or colors that wash you out. So I know for me, if I put on something that's gray, that is not a great color for me. Um, Also, like a very, very pale pink makes me look very washed out. So for me, those are colors that I would stay away from. And there are designers and brands that I do love. And I know that when I walk into their store, that I'm going to fall in love with everything because it just really encapsulates my personal style. So, for example, I love Alice and Olivia. I'm like a walking advertisement for them right now because I'm wearing pants and a blouse from Alice and Olivia. I I I love everything about that brand. It's all about color, it's all about great patterns, and their pieces just fit me really, really well because that's one of the biggest things with style, with fashion, is finding the things that fit your body shape well and accentuate your best features. And so knowing that about yourself is definitely helpful when you go shopping. Because if you look at someone else and you're like, oh my God, I love that outfit on them, and you're a totally different body shape, chances are it's going to look very different on you. Not that it's going to look bad, but it might not be the best choice for you. So that's something to think about when purchasing uh, certain pieces. I think that there's definitely a way in terms of budget to find things that look great and then upping the ante, leveling up a little bit. And I'm going to talk about that right now because I think that for all my fashion lovers out there, the way to do it is to, if you're going to splurge, splurge on accessories. I'm going to say it again, splurge on accessories. Do not splurge on a pair of pants or a blouse. I mean, when I say don't, I mean, if you want to, great. But I'm just saying, if we're talking about being mindful of budget, don't do it. Because really, you have to think to yourself, okay, if I'm going to splurge on this item, how many times am I going to wear it? Is it worth that splurge? And with accessories, you can take any outfit and make it look very expensive. So, what I mean by that is, I went to an event actually with my friend Beverly a couple years ago. It was at Oscar de la Renta. I mean, talk about art. The pieces were beautiful. I don't even have words to express how gorgeous. I was wearing a jumpsuit that I bought from Zara, and it was in this beautiful purple color. I paired it with this belt. Now, yes, it's Valentino. Yes, expensive, but this belt I have worn countless times. And I took that Zara jumpsuit and wore this belt that people at the event asked me if my jumpsuit was Oscar de la Renta. And I loved telling them, no, I bought it at Zara. So this was a fabulous purchase. And what I love about this belt is that it is double sided. So two for the price of one, as I like to say. So it's black on the other side. It's this like kind of nude pinkish color. This pops off so you can flip the buckle to the other side. And then it comes with the piece to tuck the belt end in the black and in this nude pink color. So I have the other in the box. But again, this was a great investment. So I do love that. I think that jewelry is an amazing accessory investment. I personally don't spend a lot of money on my jewelry. I don't know, it's funny, like, for some people, they really are into jewelry and really value, and I'm sure, like, there's a value in it. But for me, I just like fun, chunky jewelry, and I don't really care if it's real or not. I mean, what I have in my ears is real because I wear it every day and I don't want my ears to get infected. But like, I love this necklace. I get so many compliments on it. I bought it at Anthropology. I don't know if the necklace was 20 or $30, but it takes, like, I mean, yes, right now I'm wearing a brightly colored outfit with a pattern, but like, I could be wearing a t-shirt and a pair of jeans and I throw this on and immediately, you know, ups the ante. So I really believe in the power of accessories, jewelry. I get so many compliments on this watch. I did a reel about this watch a little while ago. I love Bulgari. I admire it. It's beautiful. I'm not going to spend 40, $50,000 on a watch. This is from Amazon. People think it's Bulgari. I love telling them it's not. But again, it elevates a look. And I like things that are, like I said, fun, funky, and different. But again, it's whatever your personal taste is, it will take your outfit to another level. I do I do believe in investing in good shoes and in good bags. It does not mean that every pair of shoes in your closet has to be super expensive. It doesn't mean that every bag that you buy has to be a luxury designer brand. It does not. However, those are items that if you take care of those pieces, they will stand the test of time. And again, they will take your outfit to another level. And the beautiful thing about shoes, a bag, a belt, jewelry is that you can be wearing anything and it elevates the outfit, and it doesn't matter. You're not going to wear the same outfit 6 days in a row, but you could literally wear the same accessories 6 days in a row, and now the cost per wear obviously is worth it. So I did want to mention that. The other thing that I want to say, and I'm going to show you these shoes as an example. I love these. They're fabulous. I love the spikes on them. I do want to, as like a PSA, say that be careful also when purchasing luxury items, because even though they look fabulous and they're beautiful and unique. For example, with these shoes, which are, I think I bought them, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago from Christian Louboutin, and they have these gold spikes on the back. They fall off. It drives me nuts. I've literally had this fixed 3 or 4 times, and I had them newly fixed. I wore them to lunch. I got into my car, and obviously, like, you're using your foot to drive, and because my heel was, rubbing on the mat of the car, the thing came off. And it's just so annoying because, again, it's an investment piece. I love them. And the wonderful thing is they can be fixed, but it's annoying. um, I do want to say that because I think it's so interesting, you need to take good care of your shoes or anything, any of your clothing, your pieces, whatever, if you want them to last. So I do believe in like once a year or every other year, if you have shoes that you wear a lot, take them to be like resold, cleaned up. Cause like I said, I mean, these look brand new. I have the other one right here. They literally look brand new. I took them to the leather spa in New York. They have multiple locations and they literally made the shoes look brand new. So they're great. So I highly recommend that. So you need to take good care of them, and you do want to put a protective sole on your shoes because it will make the shoes last much longer. The funny thing about that is I think I saw this online or whatever, is that people don't want to cover the red bottom. The leather spa has a red bottom that you can put on. So just letting you know, for any, fans of the brand, the red bottoms, don't worry, you can see them. So, yeah, so I do believe that making an investment in accessories is really the way to do it. If you're looking to be a little bit more budget conscious, spend less money on the outfit. And then when you want to splurge, spend a little bit more on a fabulous belt or pair of shoes, a bag. It will completely change your outfit. But again, be mindful of what your lifestyle is like. And is it really worth it to invest in shoes with gold spikes if the gold spikes are going to fall off? So, just some information for you there. Okay, so we talked about high and low, the high and lows in fashion. I think that's really important. I want to talk about layering, mix mixing textures to create more visually appealing looks. a big hot button right now in fashion. You see it on all the runways from Fashion Week. It's but I feel like we've been doing the monochromatic look now for a couple of years. But a monochromatic look automatically looks elevated. And a really great way to do a monochromatic look is mixing textures. So if you're wearing, let's say, um, a black pair of jeans or black leather pants with an amazing, like, cozy sweater that's textured, and you have over it a beautiful black wool coat, immediately chef's kiss. It just looks elevated mixing textures. The power of outerwear, I think, is overlooked. So, another thing that I would say if you are looking to build your wardrobe, invest in outerwear. It doesn't mean that and when I say outerwear, I mean like outerwear, like a jacket, whether it's a leather jacket or a long coat or something fur or whatever, but a trench coat. Outerwear, again, elevates your look without even doing anything really. And so you could literally be wearing a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, and then you throw on this gorgeous trench coat and you look like you're walking the streets of Paris. So I really think that outerwear is such a great way to grow your wardrobe, to elevate your looks. And again, it doesn't mean that buying a jacket or a coat automatically means that you have to spend a lot of money. I think it's just like having the options. So rather than buying another dress, another skirt, another pair of jeans, buy outerwear. It will change up your outfit without you really having to think about it. So I think I did want to mention that because I bought a jacket the other day. It was not very expensive. It has this kind of like funky toile. It's like a toile pattern. And I wore it with a pair of jeans, and right away it just looked like $1,000,000. So that's definitely something. Also, invest in a leather bomber. That is such a key piece in a wardrobe. You can wear it literally with everything. I'm trying to think of something that you can't wear a leather bomber with. I don't even know because I've worn a leather bomber casually with jeans, with a t-shirt, with a sweater. I've also worn a leather bomber over a gown. So it immediately changes a look, and it's such a great investment piece. You automatically look cool and chic and put together without even trying. So that is something that I also suggest. And that actually brings me to another point that I want to make is I do like the juxtaposition of things that you don't necessarily think go together. So it's like that look of like hard and soft. As I mentioned, like wearing a dress and then you put on a leather bomber. I like that. I like pairing the unexpected, I guess is another way of saying that. Like I wore yesterday, I had a board meeting to go to in the city, and I wore a velvet dress that I've had for years. I think I got it from Zadig and Voltaire. And I wore combat boots with it. So I really like that. It's sort of like unexpected. Like you would think, oh, with like a velvet dress, it's like very soft and sweet, and and it has like lace at the V. Like you would wear it with like a high boot or a heel. It looked so chic with a black combat boot. So I kind of like that. Like I said, that juxtaposition, the unexpected. And I want to speak for a few minutes on um, dressing for your body, exploring the importance of knowing your body shape and selecting pieces that highlight your best features. We are all unique, we're all different, We have to know what fits our bodies and what looks great on us. And once you can hone in on that, you will stop the endless buying of pieces that sit in your closet and you never wear them because you don't like how they look on you. It's really understanding that. And when you shop, shop with that in mind and being intentional. I think understanding fit and also understanding the power of great tailoring. So if you have a great tailor that you can go to that can, like, I bought these pants. I love them even with my huge platforms. The pants are still a little bit long. So again, being able to have them tailored properly is important. Sometimes you might be a certain size in one brand and a different size in another. I beg of you today to not let those numbers get in your head and get in the way of your confidence or purchasing something that might look fabulous on you, but you're like, no, because I'm a forget the numbers. It's all about what fits you best. And depending on if it's an American brand, Italian, French, sizing is different. It can be all over the map. So just keep that in mind, bear that in mind. And like I said, choosing flattering silhouettes and understanding your lifestyle and emphasizing here your personal comfort in your choices, because if you purchase something that someone talked you into, whether it's a friend or a partner or a family member or the lovely sales girl at the store, you have to feel good in it. If you don't, it will sit in the back of your closet and gather dust. And like I said, we want to be more intentional with our fashion choices. I do want to encourage my listeners today to reflect on your personal styles and preferences and embrace what makes you feel empowered. I can sit here and talk until I'm blue in the face about what makes me feel good, what I love, what fits my body, whatever, but that's not going to be necessarily helpful to you. So, understanding your own feeling of confidence, and what feels great on your body is really key here. I again want to emphasize the role of accessories, color for self expression. I love prints. I think prints are amazing. I love mixing and matching prints together. Anything and everything is possible as far as I'm concerned. It's whatever you want to do that expresses who you are and your mood. And again, the mixing of high and low fashion, understanding that it's very easy to spend a lot of money on something, but there are other options out there that are much more affordable, that will bring you just as much pleasure. And again, with accessorizing properly, it will elevate your outfit without even thinking hard about it. I want to encourage my listeners today to please reach out to me if you have any questions whatsoever regarding what we talked about today. I will do my best to answer your question to my fullest abilities. And I also would love to encourage you to share this episode with someone in your life that you think that this episode, this message might be helpful to them. This really helps the podcast grow and get the podcast in front of more viewers, and sharing stories with your friends and family is just what all of this is about. So please follow me also on YouTube at Curated by the Cougar, the podcast, The Cougar, the Bitch, and the Wardrobe, Instagram and TikTok at Curated by the Cougar. And until next time.